One of my things is where there's a will, there's a way. I don't get blocked. You think, oh, that's too hard, or oh, you can't do it. I've always been that way. Otherwise, I wouldn't try all those things that a lot of people told me wouldn't work. I never thought of being an artist. It was something I always did. And like now, it's something I do to keep a certain state of mind going. In art, you want to experience the infinite. I want a pure abstraction. I crave through art something beyond this finite existence, something bigger than us. In those early years, being a single mother, woman artist in LA was very difficult, especially with the work I was doing. I wanted the painting to be itself. I didn't want to put something on the painting. I came to a big learning point with the light boxes. The first light paintings I made, they had cords hanging from the ceiling. And then I realized, oh, it seems so connected there. It doesn't really have its own self. So I wanted to get rid of the wires, not knowing how difficult that would be. I used a big Tesla coil. I made my own. But in order to get the materials, I had to pass this test. So that's what sent me to a physics class. I found out how to put this high-frequency generator that sends out a wave that lights up the tubes. I was ahead of the times that I made wireless light paintings.
The piece had its own thing, its own energy. That's what I'm interested in.
I had to do it all myself. I was a broke artist here in Topanga in a shack. I remember when I couldn't get paint. I always found a way. I learned to write bad checks. But what happened is when I went to the physics class, I got introduced to quantum physics. My mind started being more curious about reality. It's not as solid as we think.
Some of the physicists proved on the subatomic level that reality is in the mind first. It's much more of a subjective universe.
So one day I was driving down the Pacific Coast Highway and the sun behind me just hit the white lines. They lit up and I thought, oh, I'll go try that. Highway safety spheres don't reflect, they refract. So they get the light in the painting. That was a big breakthrough. You've got the surface, the viewer, and the light moving together. So it brought the viewer in, and it lit up the painting. I painted this band that's inside the painting, and it appears and disappears depending on where you are. Your perception creates the experience of this other dimension. It's not a logical thought thing that will bring you to art.
These happened while I was on the telephone or when that side of your brain isn't paying attention.
When you're just being, then it can pop in. I call it the pop in. I get excited about it. I thought, oh yeah, now I know what I'm doing for the next month or two. I painted white paintings, shaped canvases, and light boxes for 10 years or something. Very ethereal, into all the unseen things, you know. And then I started to say, hey, we also have a body. You know, I needed to ground. I felt the earth. I designed the kiln to make an 8-foot square tile out of the earth. Kiln builders told me my kiln wouldn't work, but it's an old Chinese method and it works. Those are my fingerprints.
Connecting with the earth, because they're clay.
Molded off the earth and then painted. For me, art or painting, I want to learn from it about myself as a human. I used to be very minimalist, get rid of it all. I was always trying to get rid of the rainbow or the halo. You would see a shadow and a halo. I was trying to get rid of it. And then all of a sudden, I got the idea, instead of keeping things out, let everything in. As soon as I had that idea of let everything in, I got the halo room idea. Keeping things out causes conflict. You let it all in. That's how I learn from the paintings.